All hyperspace systems operating at full power.
If the hyperspace targeting system is accurate, we will emerge in close proximity to the support vessel Khar-Selim. This ship has spent the past 10 years traveling on conventional drives to reach the outer Kharak System. The Khar-Selim will monitor the quantum waveform as we return to normal space and assist in tuning our drive control systems. If the hyperspace module malfunctions, the Khar-Selim will provide assistance and resupply. Mission objectives will be to dock with the support vessel in order to complete adjustments to the mothership and her drives.
New research available. We made it. Hyperspace jump complete. All systems nominal, and the quantum wave effect has dissipated.
We have misjumped. The support ship is not here. Fleet Command will signal the Khar-Selim while we confirm our current position.
This is the mothership calling support vessel Khar-Selim. Come in, please. We've misjumped and are requesting your beacon. This is the mothership calling support vessel Khar-Selim. Please respond.
Standing by. Resources locked in.
Priority alert, we have picked up the Khar-Selim's automated beacon. Send a probe to make contact and re-establish communications.
Okay, hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Homeworld 1 Remastered. So, they mentioned that you should send a probe to investigate the Khar-Selim's beacon. We are going to do no such thing because anytime the game suggests that you go investigate something, that means you're pretty much going to hit a mission trigger. First off, what we're going to do is retire all but one of the scouts and start researching Corvette drive tech. Because there's no need to send a probe because a probe is just a one-shot deal. Like literally you can only move it once. It moves super fast, but you can do the exact same thing with a scout, and the benefit is that you can bring the scout back and retire it to get some money back. Anyway, we have arrived here on the outskirts of the Kharak System. This is just a test drive of the hyperdrive. We're going to make sure that this thing actually works. Apparently it does. And hopefully after this we will head back to Kharak and collect the cryo trays and begin our journey proper.
That's everything. Seal the ports.
So I want to spend a little bit of time talking about some of the ships in this game. I'm relying on the website that's been around for a long time, which is Homeworld Shipyards. It talks about the individual ships. So you can see here one of the resource collectors using its phase disassembler array to collect resources, which is what it does. It's a version that breaks down things into their atomic components or molecular components and it stores it.
Heavy Corvette complete.
So essentially this is a Providence class resource collector, and according to Homeworld Shipyards, it has no combat personnel aboard. Most of the collector's functions are automated, but they need a skeleton crew of about 4 engineers to troubleshoot anything that happens, because a lot of it is actually controlled by the mothership itself. So there's not a lot of volunteers for this duty. It's very boring, and all the support staff have to spend 1 week of their 8-week duty rotation aboard a collector. And crews are known to pool their resources so they can get the dependable and reliable combat pilots for escort duty. And they will give their credits to them. Here we have just made 5 Hammer-class heavy corvettes, nicknamed Coffins by their 3-man crews because they have no crew area whatsoever. Basically, every meter of space in there is packed with the targeting and weapon systems and all that, and armor plating. So crews are literally sealed inside of these small cocoon-like cockpits by technicians when they board them. And the only way for them to leave without the help of that technician is basically to jettison the entire cockpit cocoon. These are Hammer-class heavy corvettes. I don't mess around with the light corvettes or the Cavalier-class light corvettes. They are faster, but they only have 1 cannon underneath their chin, unlike heavy corvettes, which have 2. Anyway, let's send this scout out there.
Course set.
But anyway, according to the lore, the light corvettes, the Cavalier class light corvettes, would have been serving during this time, during this mission.
At ease.
So, we're going to do what scouts do and do some recon out there.
Heading set.
Activate its speed boost. You can see that purple bar decreasing there. That's its special ability since they removed fuel from this game.
They're attacking. The mothership is under attack.
Engage incoming units. The mothership must be defended.
Okay, so apparently something pretty bad happened to the Khar-Selim, and we have walked into our first combat engagement. I'll explain who these enemies are in a later video, because we know nothing about them. All we know is that they're here to cause trouble, and we have to defend the mothership. Also, I decided to just retire my last scout there, because we have no more need for that. And if we ever need another reconnaissance asset, we could just build another scout. Easy as that. There is a strategy here that involves you actually just not even building any combat vessels at all. The mothership actually can defend itself. You can see it has some very, very, very small guns on it, but it will sustain some damage, but actually it can defeat all of these strike craft that are attacking us right now. It just takes some time to do it. One of the strategies in the original game was to just let the mothership destroy all these attacking craft. Even though it will take some time and it will take some damage, but they can't really destroy the mothership. The mothership can fight these off and destroy all of them if they need to. You can see some of them, they are lighter strike craft, we have some heavier strike craft, and of course these ones that launch missiles.
Hostile units destroyed. Threat eliminated.
Mothership sustained minor hull damage. Repairs are underway.
The Khar-Selim has been destroyed. Heavy weapon damage is visible on the remaining fragment. A salvage corvette must be sent to retrieve the mission data recorder.
Okay, like I was saying, yeah, some of them do fire missiles. Those are missile corvettes. And again, I'll talk about their strike craft in a later mission. But let's dock our heavy corvettes, Group 1 there, and repair them. And let's get our salvage corvette launched and ready to go. So the salvage corvette here is known as a Porter Mark II class. It is actually derived from the fleet tugs that were used in the construction of the mothership and the scaffold. It's a revised corvette design which has advanced computers and AI-driven decryption and virus routines. And what it does is it gives these vessels the ability to subvert and override another ship's command system. So you can obviously salvage things with the salvage corvette. You can also capture enemy vessels, which is what we're going to be using them primarily for. And we're going to build more of them. I like my utility craft to be group 10, 8, 9, 10. My strike craft to be groups like 1, 2, 3, and my larger capital ships to be like 4, 5, 6, 7.
Guard order confirmed.
And I'm going to put
New
Group
formation
1
acknowledged.
into guard
Salvage Corvette
formation
Group
under
10
them
reporting. Resource collector awaiting orders.
in a
Course
sphere
set.
formation. Now, unfortunately, because of the modified game engine, Group 1 just takes up like a trailing formation behind the salvage corvette, which is really annoying. In the original game, they actually, when you order them to guard it and you put them in sphere formation, they will
Salvage Corvette complete.
put themselves
On our way.
into a literal sphere, into a sphere formation around what they are guarding, which is really, really useful. Unfortunately, because of the modified Homeworld 2 game engine that the remastered version uses, they do not do that.
Copy.
But that's basically one of the biggest reasons to have sphere formation is to guard something.
Salvage Corvette complete.
Again, just another example of just the kind of the oversights and the drawbacks of this engine. It just doesn't work very well in terms of its formations, because Homeworld 2 has no formations.
Standing by.
I mean, they do, but they're automatic. You can't individually order ships or formations of ships to take up a
Acknowledged.
specific formation.
Salvage Corvette complete.
You notice that there are some latch points that it grabs onto, which is kind of neat. Again, I will say the graphical update is nice. It looks really, really good. The textures and just the skyboxes, as it were, space boxes, you know, the backgrounds.
Priority alert. Additional hostile units detected on an intercept course with the Khar-Selim. Protection of the salvage team is a primary objective. It must return to the mothership with the mission recorder. We need that data.
Alright, so the salvage corvette has got what it's needed. It's hurrying back. Now, again, just to demonstrate the drawback of the engine, if the corvettes were formed in a sphere around what they are
Friendly
guarding,
units.
then they would follow it around, they would form up around it, follow it around, and basically anything that attempts to attack it, they would simply maneuver to turn, like using Newtonian physics,
Weapons set to full
and fire on it. Unfortunately, as you see here, that salvage corvette is outpacing them, even though they're supposed to be guarding it. Yeah, it's almost down to half health right now. It is taking fire, and it's barely going to survive. When you play the original, much like I'm, with the same kind of moves that I'm making right now, this would not be happening.
Supporting friendly
These strike
units.
craft would never get close enough to fire on that salvage corvette because they would be formed up around it and firing on anything that comes close to it. So again, just the game engine just is not built for this game.
Pursuing targets.
Well, luckily it made it.
Salvage team docks safely. Downloading mission data recorder. Replaying last entry.
What do you mean you detect a hyperspace entry? The mothership isn't due for...
Sir, I have multiple contacts on closing vectors, unknown profiles, no recognition codes. They're not ours.
Well, if they're not ours, who the hell are they?
Sir, they're coming in fast. Check. Incoming
Local
fire. We are
resources
under
exhausted.
attack.
Moving on.
Group 1 reports victory.
They're getting through. Breaches across all decks. Hull integrity failing.
Khar-Selim to mothership if you are receiving a fourth hyperdrive test. Repeat, a fourth hyperdrive test.
Well, unfortunately we did not get that message from the
Group
Khar-Selim.
1 standing by.
But we're here now, so let's just fight them off.
We are detecting enemy units advancing on our position. Organize a defensive force to protect the mothership.
Engaging targets of opportunity. Strike group coordinates locked in.
Group 1 under attack.
Strike group.
Unfortunately, the
formation acknowledged.
heavy corvettes are not terribly great at attacking strike craft when in the original Homeworld Classic they are
Strike group
pretty much
reports
murderous
hostile
to strike craft, so I guess that they're just supposedly moving too fast to quickly target, but these things should be just tearing right through them. Again, because the way the Homeworld 2 engine models combat is based on random number generation. So it's a dice roll. It's not based on a ballistics or a physics engine. However, they are pretty good at targeting corvettes, larger vessels, like they're shooting at right now. Which means I'm going to have to build a sizable number of fighters, interceptors.
Strike group under enemy attack. Resource collector awaiting orders. We've got enemy contact. Resource collector under attack.
I should also note, like, the first time you play this mission, you know, for anyone new to this game, you know, the fact that first cutscene when you see the Khar-Selim and you realize, like, oh my gosh, it's been destroyed, and then you see these strike craft come out of nowhere.
Strike group prepare
We've
for
determined that these
resource
enemy units
collector
are
taking enemy
inferior to
fire.
ours. To protect against penetration of the Kharak System, destroy the attacking force completely.
Resource collector awaiting instruction.
Yes, sir. Anyway, the first time you see these strike craft come out of the blue, it's pretty harrowing. You're like, it's almost like a horror game in a way. You say like, oh great, there's the Khar-Selim, and then like the music changes and it's like, it becomes really ominous and you're like, whoa.
Large power signature detected nearby. Recommend immediate investigation.
Yeah, well, we're kind of busy right now. We're defending the resource operation. But yeah, I mean, just the cinematic way the in-game cutscenes are done is pretty cool. And indeed, even with the remastered edition, it looks really nice too. So, one good thing Gearbox did is, with the updated graphics, was they kept the cinematic feel of it. Although I'm not a huge fan of the UI because it clogs up the outer edges of the screen, the corners.
Report hostile contact.
In the Homeworld Classic Edition, there's nothing on the screen in terms of the UI unless you move your mouse down to the bottom, which brings up a little pop-up menu.
Target locked.
Group 1 reporting. Supporting friendly units.
I'm not the biggest fan of the remastered version's UI. It clutters up the corners of the screen, kind of ruins some of the cinematic immersiveness of the Classic Edition, to be honest. I mean, it's not a game breaker, I just don't like it that much.
Resource operation reporting.
Oh my
enemy
god,
contact.
0 out of 10,
Friendly
we're not
under fire.
playing again, yeah.
Strike group receiving fire. Group 1 copies.
Alright, let's clean up this
Strike group
space.
attack order confirmed.
Clean this space up.
Resource collector under attack.
Got that missile Corvette that's attacking that collector. Shoot it!
Resource operation
Shoot
reporting
it!
enemy
With a
contact.
gun!
Friendly
That's what the
under
bullets
fire.
are for, you twit!
Resource operation reporting enemy contact. Resource collector under attack. Resource collector taking enemy fire. Resource operation reporting enemy contact. Friendlies under fire. Moving in. Resource collector taking enemy fire. Strike group reports hostile contact.
They're just harassing the resourcers over there.
All stations reported by the numbers.
Get over there and
Resource collector under attack.
fight off those two strike craft, please.
Strike group prepare for assault. Local resources exhausted, fleet. Moving on. Stay sharp.
Unfortunately, the remastered version seems to have kind of removed the Newtonian physics engine, because these heavy corvettes have two small little turrets on the
Strike group
chin.
to battle positions.
So they should be able to engage fighters in a pretty wide arc
Resource collector
to their
standing
front.
by.
They don't necessarily need to directly turn to it.
It's an enemy carrier. They appear to be reinforcing their squadrons of fighters and corvettes with it.
Okay, so we have an enemy carrier.
Supporting friendly units.
Of course, this is just the introductory combat mission, so
Resource collector taking
you're not
enemy
just going to
fire.
get swarmed with fighters. We just have a handful to deal with here.
Mothership.
Friendlies under fire. Moving in. Group 1 standing by. group to battle positions. Supporting friendly units.
Mothership. Mothership weapon systems activated.
Group 1. Strike group reports hostile contact. Resource collector under attack. Supporting friendly units. Strike group attack order confirmed. Local resources exhausted fleet. Moving on. Friendlies under fire. Moving in. Strike group attack order confirmed.
These heavy corvettes, they just seem so lumbering and kind of slow, especially against anything that's moderately fast. They should be just tearing through these strike craft.
Friendlies under fire.
Like, this should
Moving
not
in.
take this long. It should not be that much of a problem.
Resource collector awaiting orders.
But again, you know,
Strike group to battle positions.
this isn't your grandpa's homeworld.
Resources exhausted fleet. Moving on.
Gotta adapt, I guess. Gotta adapt to the changing tactics.
Resource collector awaiting instructions. Local resources exhausted fleet. Moving on. Strike group, prepare for assault.
Enemy units are retreating. Objectives complete. Stand by for immediate return to Kharak.
Okay, let's get him back. Yeah. They're bugging out. Get out of here, go home. Alright, so we built one repair corvette. We got a whole bunch more salvage corvettes. Alright, let's withdraw, dock everything, and head back to Kharak.
Acknowledged. Collection confirmed.
And we'll snag the rest of the resources. Although I believe in the remastered versions, you collect all the resources remaining when you hyperspace out. So you don't really have to spend all this time just waiting around for your resource collectors to finish harvesting everything. You automatically harvest it once you hyperspace out.
Defensive perimeter set.
But you should spend time afterwards to build up your fleet for the next mission. Let's get going. All right, see you later.